You know, some would say it is a symbol of the foundation of the city of Winston-Salem. The Reynolda House's history goes back quite a bit, and while it is a museum at present, its past tells quite the story. I spoke with Executive Director Allison Perkins about its history. Allison, thanks for taking time with us today. You know, there's a rich history with Reynolda House, and sometimes newcomers to the area may not be familiar with this. This goes back a long way, doesn't it?
It does. In fact, Reynolda House has been operating as a museum of American art since 1967. But our history that precedes the opening of the museum goes back into the early 20th century, when Catherine Smith Reynolds and her husband R.J. Reynolds created Reynolda as their country home, where they raised their family and where they lived in, across 1,000 acres. What we see in Reynolda is really a great constellation of history that's relevant to us here in Winston-Salem, as well as a landscape that has been a haven and a safe place for countless thousands and thousands of visitors who walk through the trails, who enjoy Reynolda Gardens, and especially so during this the last 2 years of the pandemic for our community.
You know, it's interesting because that family built Winston-Salem, no bones about that. Everybody knows that. But their gifts and their generosity, I think, they continue to give back to us.
Absolutely. And I think that the gift of a Museum of American Art, which is housed within Reynolda House, is one way that we can really adhere to our mission and our desire to help people better understand their place in the world around them through American art. You know, I like to say that we share the beauty and the complexity of the American story at Reynolda, both in the museum and across the landscape.
Great stuff you guys are doing. Thank you so much for taking time today. So I'll tell you this, when I was speaking with her about just the Reynolds family, as we said, the foundation of Winston-Salem, but the amount of land they had that I didn't understand. She said there was like 1,000 acres all across Winston-Salem, so it stretches all the way out. Their land is where Wake Forest is now.
Wow,
and then
really?
The Grayland Estate and the Reynolda House, all that was there, 1,000 acres worth of land.
So when you go on these tours, do you get to explore the whole home? Because I was reading it was like 64 rooms.
So now that it's a museum, it's kind of more of a showroom kind of thing. But if you go to Grayland to see that, which is literally just across the street down the road, that was another one of their properties that now is used for an event center, and it is beautiful too. So you have to check it out.
Yeah, that house looks amazing. But those pictures of the family, it just really takes you back in time. It was cool to see that.
Yeah, a couple of dollars rolling around with that family back in the old days.